Hey, Mrs. Jamie, it is Dulce Pineda again. I actually hadn't really read the prompt before I watched the movie, The Blood Thrones, but once after I finished watching it, like for some reason I was like, wow, this like movie looks so familiar, and then I read the prompt and it said it was related to Macbeth, and I had read that I had learned about Macbeth back in high school, my senior year, so it's pretty cool, seeing a different culture form of it. Um, my my general response to this film is it was actually pretty entertaining. Kind of weird, to see it because I wasn't really. Macbeth is something more like European, I would say, like that I'm used to seeing. Was kind, yeah, that was kind of weird, but overall it was like a really good film. It was a good style. I really enjoyed it. Except the beginning. The beginning was kind of boring. I'm not gonna lie, but towards the end, obviously, like in general, all movies towards the end is where like the excitement happens. Um, there was a lot of instances actually in that Noah drama can relate to this film. The three that I'm gonna focus on today, one of them is meditating, the other one is the spiritual state, and the clothing. So meditating, there was a lot of meditating going on throughout the whole film. There's a scene in where the bad guy who becomes king, um, he's meditating, and then the servant comes and she opens the door, and she doesn't want to give him the bad news that his wife has lost the baby, that he died in the womb. That's one form of meditating that I saw. Also, when they're like all gathered for dinner, I would say, and like all the guests are there and they're all sitting down in like a meditating position. The spiritual visits, they were all in the forest. So there was two. The first one where he goes and the lady tells him his fortune and what's gonna happen. That he's eventually gonna become king, but his greed, is gonna lead him to success. Then the second visit is when he goes again, and the lady tells him again that he will not be defeated until the forest moves. And then it happens, the forest moves, and then he is defeated, and his own troops turn back on him. That's pretty sad. And then lastly, I'm gonna talk about the clothing. The clothing, I did mention back in my prompt in the second week that I noticed that their clothing is very it's like very squared, and it's very tight. At least for the women in this occasion, it was very tight. I noticed a scene where they're gonna kill the first king when she's gonna help her husband kill the first king. She's trying to walk around and get the the guards drunk, and you could hear how she's struggling to walk, and then she's gonna put the knife in one of the guards to limb him instead of her husband. So you can see her struggles of trying to move around with that clothing on her. I mean, the guys, they had it was still like squared clothing, but they had pants on, so they didn't have much difficulty moving. And in the Noah drama, I guess they're just all wearing gowns. And then in the Noah drama, there's only guys. And in this film, there was more men doing the performance than women, but there was some women in the performance, which was pretty cool. Um, I think Kurosawa chooses to use Noah for this part of the storytelling because it's not a theme that a drama that would be so far away from Macbeth. I guess they're both from back in the days, so they can relate. Like the style and everything can relate. I think a different type of Japanese form could possibly fit in, but I feel like the Noah drama fit in pretty perfectly. Since it is from back in the day, Noah's from back in the day, so it just, with the stories being told with the kings and queens, I feel like the Noah drama fit in pretty perfectly. I think Noah was actually a very good choice. The Noah techniques do have a stronger effect on this because, I mean, just the story being told is like already, it's not normal to the nowadays life going on. So like the Noah theme is like from back in the day culture, is the beginning of time. So I feel like it just fit in pretty perfect, and it made it a lot stronger. You know, a lot more. I guess I would say credible that the story happened. Like it makes you believe like this actually happened. This kind of stuff, events happened back in the day. But yeah, it that's it.